The real revolution here, the technological revolution, is decentralization. All right, now you have to understand this. It's not having faster money. That's not the revolution here. Faster money isn't needed. Credit cards are already fast. All right, the revolution is decentralization. There's been 5 technological revolutions in the last 300 years. Industrial revolution, steam engines and railways, steel and electricity, oil and automobiles, microprocessors, which brought us telecommunications, brought us the internet, and brought us to where we're at. Now we're witnessing the 6th, and it is decentralization. What makes it that? Well, as the word sounds, it's decentralized. So we have centralized databases, meaning Wells Fargo or JP Morgan run a database, and they keep track of all their customers' accounts, right? You have Facebook that has a centralized database. Experian, the credit reporting agency, has its own database, and they were hacked. It was the largest data breach in U.S. history, and everybody's sensitive data, mother's maiden name, social security, date of birth, all was leaked onto the internet. That's having one database. Now, decentralization would be the opposite. Instead of having one database, you have many, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of databases. Now, instead of having $1 million in one bank that someone might want to rob, you have $1 in 1,000,000 banks. And who would bother? And so that's why Bitcoin is the strongest security network that we've ever seen in history. There's been over $1 trillion sitting there in an open source network, and it's never been hacked. Now, in order to have a decentralized database, that means we need to have many. The more that we have, the better. And in order to do that, in order to do it in a way that's permissionless, is everybody needs to be able to run one. So with Bitcoin, you can. You can be anywhere in the world and have a 5-year-old laptop, and you could download the Bitcoin database and you could run it. All right? The entire Bitcoin database is under 500 gigabytes. It's about 450 gigabytes. You can buy a 1 terabyte thumb drive for your computer for about $20. Anybody can download the database and run it. You can be in Africa, you could be in Chile, you have an old laptop, and you can run it. But you can't do it with Ethereum, you can't do it with Cardano, you can't do it with fill in the blank. All right? Like I said, everyone needs to be able to run it in order for it to be decentralized, because my ability to run a database means I can verify the database at all times.